Experimentation without consequences is the bold topic of this video, and I would like to blow up your mind and your possibilities by sharing this information with you. So I noticed that we who use essential oils are a creative bunch, and we are attracted to these new oils that are coming, or the local oils. We want to try new things, we want to experiment, but essential oils are very powerful and they need to be handled with care. So how do we do that? How do we make sure that we are safe and efficient for our clients, but satisfy our thirst for new things, for new oils, and to use the ones that actually we are attracted to? So the first step I would like to remind you of, and I hope you already did, is to choose the oils that you have and put them in your own collection, into your favorite essential oils, so that we do not need to go through all of them. And I will share with you some of my favorite rare oils. So here, let's take a look at this one. There are two approaches to these rare oils with little or no information. So let's take a look at this one here. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. So here, this one does have, actually, interestingly, research on it. But it's the typical one. It's a lot of things that most oils do for us. We can use them for pain, we can use them for different microbes. Here tests have been done on mosquitoes and different insects, beetles, which is all great. But what about the emotional part? What about some more detailed clinical work? How do I get specific? Well, of course, we can, as always, scroll down to the detailed report and take a look at what the chemical constituents are telling us. So in this essential oil, we have chemical constituents that are very familiar, and now that you've been following these videos, you are getting more relaxed, more acquainted with this, more confident. And here we've already been talking about limonene, beta-mycin. All of these are now familiar, or at least the ones that make up the larger portion, like limonene. And then taking a look at the properties of the chemical constituents, we see there are lots of them, or look how long this list is. Antibacterial, over 95%, antifungal. Okay, that I do have here. But if I scroll a little bit further, we see the antidepressant action we've been mentioning in the last few videos. So this is something that's unexpected and not so much tested on essential oils. And here, because of these linalool and limonene, it makes up a large percentage of the oil, over 70%. And this could be, you have solid rationale to use this essential oil to help somebody with their emotional states. A little bit lower, you see that over 40% of chemical constituents in this oil is sedatives. So perhaps it's interesting to use this oil also to help somebody fall asleep, and so forth. So this is just building on what we already said. And if I go back, I have a couple of more oils to show you. This one has two major components that are dominating, so it's quite easy to take a look. So you can go through your list and then click on each one and figure it out. And let me show you this frosted mint as well. So this one is a great example. So it is from my friend from Arizona. She distilled it herself, and there is nothing we found on this oil. No research, nobody wrote about it, not even safety. So how do I even begin to use it? How can she sell it? Well, again, take a look at the properties. The chemical constituents are, again, quite familiar. We're already seeing them over and over again. So you're getting the point. This is the easiest way to do it, to just take a look in Dropsmart, scroll down to the summary of the properties of the constituents, and you will already get a very great idea, a lot of rationale, a lot of information that can make you confident and feel safe about using these oils. But how about if you want to use an oil for a specific thing and an oil that is rare? Well, if we remember from before, or even if you just take a look at, for example, bergamot. So what do you want from bergamot? I would like from bergamot to use this beautiful antidepressant action. And then let's choose one of these. Let's choose geraniol, because linalool and limonene we've been talking about a lot, but let's use geraniol for a change. Let's see if there are any oils in my personal collection. You could search for all oils, but let's say in my personal collection that has geraniol, because I would like to use a little bit different oil for emotional states. So I'll look up for anything over 30%. And there you go. Thyme geraniol, palmarosa, no surprise. But gingergrass is something that I wouldn't really know how to use. There is not any research done on this because it's a variety. It's more specific, and usually we get less information on it. Some things have been written about it, so I have some information, but much more things to do here with the detailed report. And here is our antidepressant action. So what I'm suggesting is to go what you might feel is backwards now, and that is looking at the chemical constituents, noticing the one that you're attracted to and noting them down. Many of my students and formulators that use Dropsmart noticed that they have a specific style. Their blends and oils they use tend to smell in a certain way, and then once they dig deeper into chemistry and actually note down what is in their oils, they find out that it is the same few chemical constituents that repeat themselves. So you might be the geraniol plus, let's see what this purple ester is, geranyl acetate kind of a person. You know, this might be the smell that is interesting for you. If you like rosemary or eucalyptus, you might be a person that is attracted to smell and the oils from 1,8-cineol. So, or possibly that kind of effect. And then you'll slowly notice by reading what your list tells you that, for example, 1,8-cineol is a penetration enhancer. So you'll slowly remember these things, and instead of memorizing profiles, we call this essential oil profile, when you learn what's it called, Latin name, and you know what it's used for, it is fine if you do remember in the basic training we cover somewhere between 30 to 100 different oils, but there are over 800 just in our database. Do you know how to use all 800 of them? Do you remember the safety? Do you always use the same oil for the same thing? Well, by taking a look, even oils such as fennel, for example, which we are familiar with and has quite a list on what to do with it, you can get surprised what other things you can use it for if you take a look at the properties. So what I suggest to you is to go and take a look at those oils that you have that are oxidating on your cupboard, that you were really attracted to. Then find them in our catalog and add them to your favorite oils and start using them. Start using them, start experimenting, and start noticing what chemical constituents you are attracted to. They do have smell. Did you know that the smell is directly connected to the chemistry? Well, I'm sure by now you do know. So thank you for your attention. I hope this is useful. I hope you're gonna go and play somewhere in Dropsmart, and see you in the next video.